Just tell us a little bit about the program you run and a bit about the background about yourself.
Yeah, the idea is that regardless of your footwear, whatever you put on your shoe, really the skill of learning how to move in that shoe is the most important thing. And then the variety of the footwear, the different kinds of shoes, those all have different purposes and different uses, and they can be tools for different means. But ultimately, the basis, the foundation, is learning how to move properly in that shoe. So we started a program called Good Form Running about 6 years ago now, and 2 years ago we signed on with New Balance, and they really kind of gave it some legs so that we can get the word out, get the program out on a bigger scale. We started it in Michigan in the United States, and it's really grown over the past few years, kind of alongside minimal footwear, because people are starting to ask the question, but really autonomously to footwear, really trying to educate you regardless of which shoe you want to put on your foot.
And obviously you're a pretty accomplished runner yourself. I had a quick look at your PBs before we started. You were 3:35 for 1500 and Olympic semi-final. So you're coming at this with a pretty good experience of running, and probably running both good and maybe bad from a running form perspective.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, that from my story is that I had a lot of success and I'd had a lot of really good coaching over the years. But despite all that, I had a lot of injuries. And an interesting thing is that for all those years that I competed and all the success that I was able to have, I never had any coaching or instruction or even any awareness with regards to form. You just ran how you ran, and when you got hurt, you figured you ran too hard and you took some time off. And since then, since I started really focusing on my form, I've been able to run injury-free. And I think that's kind of a story, even though not everyone's trying to run an Olympic qualifier, or regardless of who you are, I think everyone has experienced injuries and getting out of shape and trying to get back in shape and training for an event and getting hurt and having to deal with that. And I think that's a story we kind of all share as runners, as unfortunate as it is. Yeah. And that's really the kind of thing that we're hoping Good Form Running can help to remedy.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I think we've all been injured at various points. So the Good Form Running, just tell me about how you actually sort of get that message across. Is it workshops with people, or is it regular sort of weekly sessions, or what's the sort of process by which you communicate and show and develop an athlete, or just a regular runner really, so that they can take on this good form that we're talking about, and hopefully get that injury free and hopefully performance benefits too?
Yeah, there's been a couple of avenues. In the States, we've really approached running specialty stores as kind of the experts on shoes, and we feel like they should be the experts on running form as well. So one of our goals in the States is to outfit run specialty stores so that they can offer their own and continue to do good form running clinics. And we're just starting to touch on that here in Europe as well, both in England, and we were in the Netherlands last week, and a lot of really positive response in both those areas. In addition to doing kind of one-on-one type things at expos and going out to schools and going to businesses that have health initiatives where they want their employees to be healthy, and really trying to just get the word out in however we can.
Okay, well that's great. What we're going to do now, we're going to move over to the treadmill. We're going to get Grant to do some demos. It's great talking about good form, obviously a lot better and a lot easier if we can see it. So we'll be back in a second and we'll have a look at some practical applications of good form running.